Hey YouTube, I have another lawnmower find. Found this on the curb over the weekend. It is not the one that I sold a week ago. It looked just like this, so it's kind of funny. Bilt, 21-inch, self-propelled. With the bag, I do not have the side chute. It's a ready start. As you can see here, it comes with a brand new blade that the former owner purchased. So I have the spark plug disconnected. I talked to the guy at his house. I think it'll show there, that blade adapter is bent. And this mower also has a bent crankshaft. And the keyway in that blade adapter is broken. So assuming I can straighten the crankshaft, I'll have to buy a new blade adapter, unless I have one. So stay tuned. I don't even know if this runs. I hope it does. But it's my next project. And here we are underneath the mower. You can really see how badly bent that blade adapter is. But one of the first things I'm going to do is get this cover off. And I believe it's all done by 2 bolts, one there and one back here somewhere. Right there, covered in grass. Maybe a third. But they are 3/8, so we'll get those out. And it was just 2 bolts. One near the front, one off to the side. Now we need to rotate the blade adapter in order to get this off. And there it is. There's our bent and actually broken the keyway. Actually, you can see it sticking up right there. There's our damaged blade adapter. Let's get that off. And we've got the belt off of the pulley. And it doesn't come right off, but I gave it a few taps with a hammer, and slowly I think this will come off. So there's my treasure trove of blade adapters. And in that collection I do not have one that fits this mower. At least not one with the pulley. So to hear this thing run, I'll probably just stick a regular old blade adapter on it for now. I'll have to order that part. So here we are. The mower is on its side. I took the recoil off so that I can turn the flywheel by hand. In an effort to not have any spillage, I also put a plastic bag under the gas fill cap. I hope the oil dipstick doesn't come out when I start hammering. I also put a pair of locking pliers on the fuel line, again to try to avoid spillage. I'll try to show you just how bent this is. There's the high side. So I'm going to hit this with a hammer and see if I can straighten it. And when I say hammer, I mean that. So I believe our big hammer has done the job. That looks pretty darn straight to me now. Unfortunately, I did have to hit it. The high side was the keyway side, and my hammering has marred the keyway, so I'll have to clean that up. And I've fixed the keyway on the crankshaft with the help of some very very narrow files. So my plain old blade adapter fits on. Let's throw a blade on it and see if this thing runs. Oh, and it's raining, by the way. And our gifted brand new blade is back on, as is the recoil. So the spark plug's back in and connected. It has oil, fuel, a blade, a straight crankshaft. Let's see if it starts. I'm gonna call it a day. I'll have to double check underneath again. I won't do it right now because it's raining. It feels like there's a little play in the crankshaft. I wonder if whoever owned this, if they used it with a bent crank and if it kind of wore out either the top of the block or the bottom. So it runs, but not very well. I'll try it one more time and I'll see if the transmission works. Transmission is not working. Don't know if it's the transmission or if it's the wheels. We may have a real junker here. In the last, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, I've gotten a bunch of these mowers with these newer Briggs. And I gotta tell you, I'm not impressed with them. Give me the old flathead any day. Thanks for watching. Well, that was fun. So probably in a future video, I'll check the timing on this. It feels like the blade is hitting underneath, and you heard it backfire like crazy there. But it does run, kind of. Oh, what I did, I took off the air filter. Of course, after I got back in the house, I had the idea, check the air filter, it might be dirty and covered in oil, and it was saturated in oil. So that's why it was chugging before. But I don't think we're out of the woods yet. Oh, and the self-propelled still doesn't work. Thanks for watching. So, there's a little bit of daylight left. I'm going to check the flywheel key. And if anybody was paying attention in my earlier video, I made the comment that the self-propel doesn't work. Well, not going to work with the blade adapter I put on it, is it? Because I just have the one for testing. There's no pulley. But I'll bet you that this transmission still works. But for now, let's get that cover off and check the flywheel key. And the recoil cover is off. Let's get this nut off. The 15/16. I can see it already. There's the keyway on the crankshaft. And over there is the flywheel key. So, yep, it's sheared. Let's pop off that flywheel. And I'll show how I'm going to try to get the flywheel off on this machine. I'm going to take a smaller hammer and hit with a little bit of force the top of the crankshaft. And I will also stick a pry bar underneath the flywheel, and I'll try to yank up at the same time. And I just put something on the bail to release the engine brake. So let's see what happens here. There it goes. Flywheel is off. And there is our sheared flywheel key, completely broken into two pieces. So we're going to replace it with a brand new good key. I actually took this out of a mower the other day when I disassembled 3 of them, took 3 flywheels off. I kept all the keyways, the flywheel keys. So we'll put this one on this engine. And the reassembly is a reverse. What we just did, put on the flywheel, take the flywheel key, wiggle it down in there. We'll put back on the starter cup and the nut. And I will put the nut on by hand with a big socket wrench. We'll try that. And the recoil is now back on. Let's give it a start. we have a good runner here. I will order the blade adapter with the pulley. And this might be a $150 bill here, once it's all finished and cleaned. Thanks for watching. And it doesn't get much better than this. Fixed the lawnmower, the rain quit, and we have a beautiful sunset over the lake. It was a good day.